It's me walking through Cumberland with my sculpture, as you can see.
In 400 feet, turn right on North Center Street.
It's very portable.
So I'm Isla Steelman and we're at Cat's Cradle Vintage.
Yay!
Yay!
Does this blanket make you feel easy or uneasy, and why or why not?
It makes me feel comfy. It's many patterned and many textured and weighted.
Yeah.
There's a lot to look at. I like a lot of pattern and color, so
Yeah.
it's up my alley.
Awesome. Right. Did you have a good childhood, and why or why not?
I think I could go back and forth on that, but as gaining different perspective as I get older, like I feel that it was not a very good childhood, but I feel guilty saying that because of everything it taught me. I think I wouldn't have found any of the community like I'm a part of, or like I wouldn't have gone into the arts, and I wouldn't have so many of the personality traits I have that have like helped me be successful recently if I didn't go through any of it. But it was definitely not a great childhood. I was forced to grow up pretty early, so it was like, no, I know. Oh, there she is. But yeah, I was forced to grow up pretty early, so I feel like more so when I turned like 18, 19, that's when I was like starting to I felt like a kid again, and like from like 12 to like 18, I was like full-blown adult, working 24/7, responsible for all myself and all my bills, kind of like taking care of like very childish adults in my life. And I don't know, even post like technical adulthood is when I kind of was like started playing around a lot more and felt like I got to experience a little bit of childhood, but just like very addictive and abusive and alcoholic upbringing, but like awesome, really cool people, very interesting cool people who just like got into the wrong things. But I also can't be too upset because they're not here anymore to like consistently do those things anymore. So I get to have that perspective, but like not everybody may have that perspective if those people are still in your life, fucking with your brain all the time. But yeah, I should have asked if I can cuss or not. I didn't mean to.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay.
I'm Milton. So first question was,
Does this blanket make you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? And then explain why.
I think it's really the blanket is very comfortable. I like it a lot. I really enjoy the arms. I think the arms are like my favorite part of it. I like that they're hugging me. I like that they're on my lap. It does feel like I'm getting hugged a little bit. The feather part is also very strange but cool, very fascinating. But I do like it a lot. Yeah.
And then, when did you know you were an adult emotionally versus legally?
So legally, when I was an adult, which was 18, my dad had just passed away, and I was not ready. I was an adult. It was my first year at college, and I was away from home, and I thought I wanted to be in the big city, and I was at Towson, and I was like, this actually sucks ass. This sucks so bad. I want to be where my family is, where my community is, and so I did. I came back home to here. I'm from here, from Cumberland, Maryland. But when I emotionally became an adult, I think I was about 22, 23, and it was after a really tough breakup. It was after my friend group kind of collapsed down on itself, and I remember there was a moment where I was like, all right, we just have to start over again. We have to pick up the pieces. I can't let this ruin my whole life. One friend group combusting does not mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean that life ends. It means that I have to keep going. And I did. And I found new friends, and I, ended up graduating. And, I think really knowing how to keep going, knowing how to recollect yourself, knowing how to get through tough things is what I think being an adult is, and how to take care of yourself when like no one else is going to, and how to strive in a setting where they don't want you to strive. And I think the best part of that whole situation, and you know, being an adult now, is that I'm friends with those people again. I have reconnected with them, and I was at their house the other day, and it's kind of a full circle moment to, you know, grow as a person and to come away from something that you feel like is the end of the world, and it's really not. So
I'm Ray. We are down at Canal Place right now. Does the blanket feel comfortable? It does. I like it a lot. I like that it has two sides. You can choose what textures are better. I'm pretty texture sensitive, so I really like that. And I really like the weighted aspect of this. I actually have a service dog whose main task is deep pressure therapy, and this kind of mimics that, so that is very comforting to me.
And then, do you miss your childhood, and why or why not?
It's a hard question, and that is why I want to think about it. But in ways I do, in ways I don't. I grew up in a town that's even smaller than Cumberland. It's 45 minutes down over the West Virginia line. It's called Paw Paw. We don't even have a stoplight. We have one gas station. And so a lot of ways growing up in that space and being kind of the weird kid and the out queer kid and all of that was deeply hard. And I thought very badly that I wanted to get away. That was my whole life goal, was to get out of Paw Paw. And when I did, I kind of hated it. I cried a lot, and I moved back. And I don't live in Paw Paw now. I live in Cumberland, which I find to be much bigger to me, but also small to so many other people. And I do miss it terribly, but I miss the version of it that doesn't exist anymore, that I can't go back to. And that has been very difficult, trying to build a new home when I really didn't want to leave my old one.
My name is Jay Constantino, and right now I am filming in my apartment. I think the blanket that I made is very comfortable. I really like that I decided to add arms to it that wrap around the person wearing it. I think that's very comforting, and it feels like you're being hugged. It creates a sense of warmth for me personally. And then the question that I will be answering is what the difference was between becoming an adult legally and becoming an adult mentally and emotionally. So obviously when you turn 18 years old, you are considered an adult legally. You can take out loans, you can vote, you can sign contracts, you can do most things that are not drinking and gambling. But for me personally, mentally and emotionally, I do not feel like an adult yet. Some people might look at somebody like me who is living on their own, driving their own vehicle, in college, holding down a job and supporting themselves for the most part, and say that that person is an adult. But speaking in terms of myself, I feel like I have a lot of growing to do mentally and emotionally before I could ever consider myself to be an adult. I think I have made some really good progress in those aspects since starting college and branching out, but I also feel like there's a lot of progress to be made there before I would really consider myself an adult.